But so, what other challenges do you see?
There are definitely challenges
with this IOCs, and what sort of innovative strategies, can we put forward to tackle these challenges, especially this year, as we go. The Office of the Presidency, through the Special Advisor on Energy, has said that, from a report which is shared earlier this week, that we have received last year about $6.something billion investment into the sector. But what other challenges do you see with these local IOCs, and how do we tackle them, especially this year, if we mean business?
Okay, so I'd say I'd refer to those indigenous companies as juniors or independents. The IOCs will be the Exxons and Chevron and co. A challenge they may have, and they usually have, is financing. You see what's happening with general hydrocarbons. General hydrocarbons, the financing they did get from First Bank, and the issues, it's in court, so I can't really say much about it. Interestingly, I was supposed to provide advice at some point around that, so I know. So one challenge is raising financing. Apart from raising it, even the interest rate is crazy. That's something government needs to work on. Another thing you need to take into consideration is that those fiscal benefits that you find in the books, government must ensure that in reality you can get them. It's not sufficient to have orders direct.
So it's in the book, but
implementation is critical, right? And those challenges around working with the NNPC and the threshold for requiring further approvals through what is with.
Is the NNPC at the center of whatever we'll see as success for this sector, especially this year? Is the NNPC at the center of it all?
To a large extent, NNPCs, and I'll tell you why. Because for many of the traditional joint ventures, NNPC is a key majority shareholder. If you average it out, it's reduced now. It used to be somewhere around 50, 53, 57 at some point, because for most traditional joint ventures, NNPC is a partner. And many a times when you exceed a particular financial threshold, you need, that's why you have your management committee, you have your operating committee, you need further approvals, and the NNPC does play a role in this. And also, if you look at the way the PIA is drafted, the NNPC does have a natural advantage with respect to certain assets. Issues like backing rights. The federal government can back into assets, particularly those owned by Nigerian companies. And backing means the NNPC will then own interest in those assets. That's one thing even guys need to start thinking about when they structure their deals. Many people are not aware that there's a backing right. It's always been in our jurisprudence. I think Obasanjo introduced it. I mean, people will say when he had issues with Danjuma at that point, right? So NNPC will be central to a large extent, but outside of the NNPC, I see that a lot of independents can still do business. The Seplats, the Aradel, the ND Western, the guys that are also integrated and have a refinery. I can't remember their name now. They are also doing well. A number of those guys are doing well. And I think not all of them necessarily have the NNPC. Almost all of them have the NNPC or the NNPC subsidiary, the NEPL. NNPC Exploration Production Limited is partner.
A lot of subsidiaries in the NNPC. We're not sure how some of them are working anyways.
So I think that there'd always be that learning curve. If you're starting something for the first time, but I think we are succeeding, and it's the same guys, right?